Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Indigo Observer. You all know the old saying, right? A picture speaks a thousand words. Well, today we are diving into a picture and a story that's screaming urgency, strategy, and some serious attention. And it's about the India's top leadership coming together after the Pahalgam terror attack, and its ripple effect has Pakistan sweating bullets. So let's discuss this topic today and break this down. Now imagine this, right? India's absolute top people, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, sitting at the table with the heavyweights of defense establishment. We're talking about Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, the Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, the Air Force Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh, the Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan, the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, and the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Now, this wouldn't just be a meeting. It's the kind of gathering that makes headlines and sends chills down the spine, especially across the border to our neighbors. And this visuals you see in the slide hit the news today on April 29, 2025, and it's got everyone talking. And you would ask why they met? Because it's all tied to the horrific attack that happened in Pahalgam on April 22nd, where 26 people, mostly tourists, lost their life in a brutal terror attack linked to a Pakistan based terrorist. Now, let's talk about Pahalgam, right? This wasn't just a random attack. It was a calculated strike meant to spread fear and chaos. The attack carried out by Lashkar-e-Toiba, which is an offshoot called as uh, the Resistant Front, it shook the nation. And India isn't just sitting quietly, right? That meeting with PM Modi and the defense chiefs, it was about sending a message. India is ready to hit back, and the armed forces have been given a complete operational freedom. That's right. PM Modi told the military leaders they can decide when and how to respond. And the where part, well, that's the $1 million question, right? It's got Pakistan on the edge because they have no clue where India is coming. And this operational freedom is a big deal because it means our armed forces, which is some of the most experienced and battle ready in the world, can call its own shots. No micromanaging, no nothing. They've got the green light to use their expertise, pick their targets, and strike when the time is right. And imagine being Pakistan right now, because knowing India's military is planning something, but not knowing when and where they're gonna hit, it's like waiting for a storm you can't predict. And let me tell you this, right? Pakistan's nervousness is showing because they're acting erratic, and it's almost comical how they're tripping over their own lies. Now, let's rewind a bit, right? After the Pahalgam attack, Pakistan's first move was to flat out deny any involvement. They had the audacity to claim India staged the attack itself. Can you believe that? When the incident happened, and they didn't stick to it. They flipped to playing the victim card, calling for a neutral investigation, like they're like some innocent bystander. And but the mask keeps falling, and their own defense minister Khwaja Muhammad Asif went on television and admitted Pakistan as being sponsoring cross-border terrorism for like 30 years. Yep, he said that out loud, and I covered that in my last video as well, but it's worth repeating because it's a jaw-dropping confession. Now, and then there's this railway minister, Hanif Abbasi, who doubled down, bragging about Pakistan having 130 nuclear warheads pointed towards India. And again, I broke this down in my previous video. But seriously, right? Who says this stuff on live television? And now the latest gem from Pakistan's defense minister again, he's claiming that India is about to wage a war in the next 2 to 4 days because he says there is an election in 15 days and Prime Minister Modi wants to win it. Let's watch this short video first, and at the end of the video, he says in Hindi actually, uh, translated as because Modi wants to win the election.
There is a war looming on the horizon. ये जरूरी है ये जानना कि there is a war looming on the horizon. The possibility is there, a very vivid possibility that we can have war in next day 2 or 3 or 4. Day 2 or 3 or 4, yeah. Because मेरा मतलब अगर 15 दिन बाद हुई तो वो मोदी का इलेक्शन हो जाएगा वहाँ पे.
Well, Pakistan has lost it, right? Election. What election is he talking about? India's general election happened last year, and Modi is already serving the third prime minister and the third term of his prime minister. Sorry about that. The nearest election is a state election in the state of Bihar, and that too, it's like in the month of November 2025. So this is straight up misinformation, and it's not hard to see why they are doing it. Pakistan is trying to paint India as the aggressor, spreading fear and confusion to justify their own actions. But let's be real, right? There is no election, and India is not the one pushing boundaries over here. So, what is Pakistan's game plan? It feels like they're trying to provoke India into a bigger conflict. Maybe they're thinking that dragging India into a messy fight will scare off foreign investors and foreign tourists, especially at the time when India's economy is booming. Let's talk about numbers for a second, right? India is the world's fifth largest economy, and we are on the track to surpass Germany and Japan soon to become the third largest economy in the world. And India's stock market, also the fifth largest globally, and it's climbing fast. And with tariffs on China ramping up, global manufacturers are eyeing India as the next manufacturing hub. And a conflict now could disrupt that momentum, and that's exactly, I think, what Pakistan wants, and definitely China would love to see that. It's not a secret that a stronger India threatens their influence. And Pakistan is not stopping at words, right? They've been violating the ceasefire along the line of control for 5 straight days, firing unprovoked shots at the Indian positions. And India hasn't retaliated back for the Pahalgam attack yet. And that yet is important because India is playing smart. It's trying to build a diplomatic case by talking to world leaders and exposing Pakistan's role in terrorism. And I covered this in my India Strikes Back video, where I talked about the steps like suspending the Indus Water Treaty and kicking every single Pakistani national out of India. But make no mistake, right? India's silence on military front doesn't mean inaction. It means we're planning, and Pakistan's provocation are only digging them a deeper hole. And amid all this chaos, right, there's one voice of reason from Pakistan coming out, which is the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who is the elder brother of the current Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. He's urging Pakistan to avoid aggression and use diplomatic channels to talk to India. And it's a rare moment of sanity. But with so many loudmouths in Pakistan's leadership spreading lies and threats, it's hard to take their diplomacy seriously. And now here's the interesting thing, right? India is not just playing defense; they're making strategic moves as well. Recently, an Indian envoy met with Taliban representatives in Afghanistan. And why does this matter? Because it opens up possibilities like the Baltistan area. Pakistan illegally occupies parts of Kashmir, including Gilgit Baltistan, which borders Afghanistan. Now, this could be India's golden opportunity to reclaim what's rightfully India's. Now, imagine India and Afghanistan working together, one from east and one from west, to take back the territories, right? It's a long shot, I know, but it could pave the way for a game changing trade route for India through Pakistan to Central Asia. And Pakistan's blunder might just hand India the chance to redraw the map and boost our economy even further. And that's the map right there. On the left hand side, you can see how Kashmir should be, and on the right hand side, you can see the colored in green is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which has Gilgit as Gilgit Baltistan, which borders to Afghanistan. And in the red, you can see China occupied Kashmir. Yep, China also has parts of Kashmir that they have occupied. So where does this leave us, right? India is standing tall, united, and strategic. And PM Modi's meeting with our defense chiefs shows we are not just reacting, but we are planning a response that'll hit hard and will hit smart as well. And Pakistan's lies and provocations are backfiring, exposing their own desperation. And as we move forward, let's keep our eye on the bigger picture, which is India's rise as a global powerhouse. We're not just fighting terrorism, we're building a future where India leads on the world stage. So yeah, that was today's discussion. What do you think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful, and subscribe for more updates. Let's keep the conversation going. And until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep observing. See you next time, guys.